Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide on how to use the AI workers and talking about everything that the AI workers can do in Farming Simulator 25. Just with any iteration of the game, we always hope for the best and foremost AI workers to come to the game and to have them be significantly better than the last. And we have come quite a ways. They're not perfect still, just you don't expect perfection, but they are extremely good in Farming Simulator 25. Way better than they ever have been before. So I'm going to show off some of that here for us. Now, what can the AI workers do? They can do field work, such as seeding, cultivating, plowing, that sort of stuff. Fertilizing, everything like that. They can also do harvesting, so they can harvest pretty much any crop with a dedicated harvester. They can transport. You can have people drive to various places for you or deliver goods for you. Pretty easy that. What they cannot do, and I know a lot of you guys are going to ask this, they cannot bale, use forage wagons, or pick up crop swaths, those sorts of things. I know that was a big thing. People wanted AI workers to be able to do that. They cannot do that. However, the base game GPS will work with those features, and I will show you how to do that in my GPS video, which is a little bit different. They do run on the same system, but it is different from AI, so that'll be a separate video that's out on my channel for you guys to go watch if you want to learn how to do that with GPS. Now, using the AI in general, if I was to just get in this tractor, I want to plant this field here, and I come up and try to plant it. Now, first off, if I come up, you can see up in the upper left-hand corner, it says activate AI worker. Now, if I hold H, it'll change my mode if I want to, and it'll show you this kind of menu here, which we're going to talk about in a second. But if I just want to drive up to it, I can just hit H. I don't have to do anything crazy. Now, it's not going to let me do anything right now because I'm trying to plant wheat, so you'll see it'll say wrong season. But if I switch that to, well, canola, which we planted now, and I hit higher, the AI worker will take over. It does take them a little bit of time to get settled before they start working, and they may do different jobs differently than you may expect to do them, but yeah, give them some time. They'll do some weird things, and you're like, great, it's already broken. But no, give it some time. You see now it's doing it. You might think, well, that's a weird place to start. It is, but typically they will do seeding type stuff from the inside and then work the outside of the field, and they'll do harvesting type stuff from the outside and work their way in. So we'll let this guy keep doing his thing. He shouldn't have any issues with that. And then if I hop out of the tractor there, get out of his way, we can go over and we can do the same thing with the harvester here. And what I will do, just to prove the concept here, well, actually, I'm not going to prove the concept yet with these fields. These fields, if we look in the map, because I know one of you guys are going to say this to me, these are fairly squared off fields, so not too quote-unquote hard for the AI workers. And I would agree, these are not the most difficult fields, so I'm going to test the AI workers for you guys on a more complicated field. Now, this guy right here, if I hit H to hire the AI worker, he might drive around a little bit. Don't worry, even if you have crop destruction on, they won't destroy your crops. He's going to try to figure out how he wants to do this field, which actually he's doing pretty good to get situated right now. And there you go. All right, now he's rocking and rolling. Okay, and he will get up to the corner and he will go around and do his thing. Very straightforward in terms of that. You just hit higher and they will just, if that's all you want to do, they will work the field. If they get stuck or they do stop, put them back in the field and hit higher again, and they should be able to figure it out. You might have to finish some stuff up, but in general, whereas like in Farming Simulator 22, they might miss little pieces on the edge and stuff like that. I really haven't noticed that. Usually if they skip something or miss something, they go back and get it later. It's actually kind of cool. But the other thing I want to show you, if I hit higher here to unhire this guy, and we go back into that AI menu by holding H down. You can switch over to GPS if you wanted to do that, and now I have GPS enabled, but oh, that actually has the AI worker. If I go into here, I can go over to steering assist and I can hit OK to now be in steering assisting and see the GPS lines on there. But we're gonna hold H and we're gonna go back into here and I'm gonna hit OK to make sure we're in AI mode. But yeah, so what can we do in here? What can we adjust? You can see this is the field we're on. If you're not on a field, it's not going to pull this up. It'll pull up whatever field you're nearest to. So we can see the working of the harvester here. So pretty straightforward, right? Nothing too crazy about that. You can adjust the working width. It'll automatically be set to whatever the vehicle is. If you wanted to do a little bit, to make sure he doesn't miss anything, you could adjust it down a little bit. Number of headlands, he's doing 2 right now. If you wanted to, you could make that 3 or 4 or 5 if you wanted to, and rescan it so it's going to do 5 headlands, then do the center. But you can leave it at 2 if you want to. You also can tell him to work the headlands or not. Just have him go up and down, and then he'll leave the headlands for you to deal with. So just be aware that it's not like he's going to come back and get that later. He's just not going to do them, so be aware of that. And now if you also go down here, you can start with up or down, or you can start with the headlands. So if I turn that back off, you can start with either or. So if you have it set to up and down, it's going to do the center first, which would be kind of weird with harvesting. And then if you have it set to headland, it's do the headlands, then the center. So just be aware of that. Now you can do skip lines. Skip lines 1, skip lines 2. Basically, if you have it skip lines 1, for example, it's going to do half as many excuse me, half as many rows. So it's going to do a row, skip a row, do a row, skip a row, do a row, skip a row, and so on. Be aware, because I have tested this, unless they've changed it or patched it, when you set it to skip lines, it just flat out won't do those other rows. Now, you can convince it to do those later by coming back in and hitting 0, and then hiring it, and then it'll actually skip lines going back the other way. But just be aware of that if you hit skip lines. I would just avoid using the skip lines function unless you're trying to help your harvester, and you want to go in there and do it with you. I haven't done some extreme testing to see if I can get 2 harvesters to work together on a field yet. That'll be for a future video. And you can also hit reset if you want to just set it all back to automatic. So pretty straightforward. Steering assist has some of the same stuff. It's just you're going to be operating it yourself. That's the GPS there. But anyhow, you can see he's still rocking and rolling over on that field. He's going to do the center, and then he's going to do the headlands and get all that stuff squared away for us. But let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other things. I want to show off some transporting and driving, and then I also want to show off some of the more complex fields. So I'm going to put a quick break in here, and then I'll be back with you guys in just a second. So I'm hoping that we can test a couple things here. So first I would take a harvester. So pretty wide. Shouldn't have, you know, with a trailer on it, should have more issues probably navigating the roads than the average thing. So if I go into here, you can, to access the jobs, you can either come into here, go to create job, and then you can select the vehicle you want to do it, or if you open the help menu, you can hit H or hold down H. This one's not going to do it because it's going to try to work on a field. Oh, actually, it did do go to if I hit H. Never mind, because it's not in the position to work on a field. Perfect. Okay, so if it has the header on it, though, you might have an issue with this, and it may not work as good for you. So let's go ahead, and where do we want this to go? Let's have it go somewhere kind of difficult. Let's say we want to harvest. Let's say we have something on field, 24 here, and we want to get it up there so we can harvest it. Let's do that, and let's hit start. It should get going. Okay, so far so good. We'll see it kind of pull out of the lot here. Hopefully. Maybe it's just me. I've seen other people have no problems using the AI workers to drive places. Seems like there's some issues for me. Well, let's try this a little bit differently. I unhired the worker. Let's get out to the road, because it is a little difficult for something like this to navigate the yard, and this is kind of a complicated yard. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's get it up here to at least the roadway. When we're next to the roadway, so we can see if it can kind of do it from there. All right, right here. Should be plenty reasonable. We'll probably get hit by a train. By hire. Go to. Yep, let's go ahead and start that job. Okay, still the same spot up there. Oh, target's unreachable. Okay, well, maybe we are just going to have some flat-out issues with it. Let's try it again. We're on the roadway. Start job. Okay. That's going to start driving. It's going now. We'll come back to it. Let's hop over here. I want to do a couple other experiments. So the next kind of feature that we have, if I hit H, it'll bring me into this menu. I can go deliver or load and deliver, but I'm going to go to deliver. Now you can loop this or not. I'm going to do no looping. Let's say I want to sell this sorghum off. I don't know. Where's a good spot to sell this sorghum off? Let me go in the menu here. Where's a pretty far away place that it'd have to kind of be difficult? The warehouse, Grain West silo, the dairy. There is a grain barge down here. Grain Terminal 1. There's Grain Terminal 2 over here. Grain Terminal 2 is over there. I think that's equally as hard. I think that's pretty far. Let's try to get it to Grain Terminal 1. So let's go higher. Grain Terminal 1. There it was. Not looping. No looping. I just want you to deliver. You already should have it. Yeah, let's just hit start job. Let's see how this goes. Target is unreachable. Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. Is it this worker? No, this worker's still going. Your target's unreachable. Darn it! Create job. Start. Okay, my challenger is moving now. We're moving. He's doing okay. He figured it out. The other guy's blocked by an object. We'll go up there and take a look at him. It is a little kind of finicky, glitchy kind of at the front there, but hey, he made it onto the road. That's pretty good. We will check in with him as he gets closer. Let's hop back over here. Let's enter this vehicle. There's nothing in your way. Let's get you around this corner and see if you can continue on your own. Now, to be fair, this system really isn't designed for you to drive a harvester up the road. Let's go ahead and start that. All right, we'll see how it does. Yeah, it's not designed for you to drive this harvester. This is just not what it's designed for, the system. Now this guy. I would like to try something. Helper B is blocked. It's got to be you again. Yep, it's always you. All right, we'll cancel that job. Now, well, that experiment was a failure. I knew it'd be tricky for that, but what we could do is we could create a job for this John Deere tractor, and I bet it can drive to that same location. Start job. Oh, target's unreachable. We're having just the worst time. Let's get him out of the shed. It could be he's just in the shed. May be difficult for him. It also could be where I'm trying to send them. All right, let's hire you from here. Same job, start. We'll see how that gets going. Let's go into this vehicle. Let's get this guy at least out of the way, so that way the other workers can get stuck behind him. So let's move this guy out of the way. Okay, John Deere's going now. All right, just got to pull him out of the shed. We'll see how that ends up. This guy, I have a special job for him. He is going to try the load and deliver. He is going to load at our farm silo. Oh, you can pick up lime too. That's kind of cool. Silo. And there's only rice in there. I'm going to have him take that to the bakery, which is just right up over there. So not too hard, but there's plenty of turns and things. And let's have him start that job. Oh, fill type not supported by unloading station. All right, fair enough. We can't take it. Oops, turn it. Go back there. Oh, I gotta reset that. Oop, back to the silo. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess canning factory, will that take it? Okay, so I guess if that, as long as it's not, let's see how he does. The silo's over there. He should go over there, load it up. This was the main thing I was having issues with on Huton Fantai, was using this specific vehicle, the Dragon, and getting it to load at a silo and go sell it. And when I did go sell it, it did not pay me for the sale, so I'm also curious about that. See, it did the same thing. I'm wondering if it's this vehicle. Yeah, I am wondering if it's this vehicle. Let's see if it does it. Looping around that time. Yeah, it's kind of... We'll come back to it. This guy's doing great. He's already made it from our farm all the way clear across here. Restaurant style. I don't know why he's taking this route. I would have taken the easier route, but he's gonna... Looks like he's gonna make it just fine. So... That's all good. John Deere's still going good. How is he? He looks like he's going to make it just fine. This guy never made it. This guy's still looping. All right, let's turn him off. What we're going to do, we're going to try the same experiment. I'm going to put a cut in here. But what we're going to do is we're going to try it with something else. Let's just try it with a different truck and see if it goes better. Let's try it with this truck and see it with the tipper if this guy can handle it. We'll buy that. I'll go get it later and we will see it. Actually, we can start it right now. How close is that guy to being done? He's still doing good. But he's even like navigating like these like... He went to this parking lot, and well, I guess there's a road there, but still, like he's doing real good. So let's go down here. That's at H to create a job. Load and deliver. So we're gonna load at our there, and then we're gonna take it to the farmer's market. Be fine. That's fine. Start that. Let's see how he does. I'm curious to see how he does. I seriously am, because I'm wondering if it's that the specific vehicle, because just using it with that vehicle has had issues. So I'm hoping that that's the problem. If this guy does it fine, we know it's that vehicle. This guy's doing real good. He's almost there. And our John Deere, oh my gosh. The John Deere's literally here. The John Deere made it just fine. No problems getting up here to this field. Now, I oriented him to point that way, so that's why he's looping right now. He's doing some weird stuff right now to point the way I oriented him. Because I thought he would come up this road, but he came up the other road, which is fine. Did that make more sense? I guess it didn't matter. He went up and over. So a little weird. He could have just gone there, but he made it. Oops, nope, don't need to do that. This guy, okay, now let's see if I get paid for it. He made it to the sell point, which is great. All right, now let's see if I get paid. We're getting paid, okay. That was a success. The other truck making his way back over to the farm. That's fantastic. All right. Oh, I stopped him. That's fine. He can drive back if I want him to. He just needs to go to the farm. And start job. Of course, he can't get it. Well, you might have to drive him up to a road if you're having issues with him. Now, let's see if this guy loads in the silo. We're just going to watch that, and then I'll put a cut in here and I will bring you guys back in if he ended up making it where he's supposed to go. That's what I'll do. So let's see if he's able to make it. So far, he's doing pretty good. They get a little funky when they're driving around the farm, but he's very close to the silo, and he's going to pull up to it. Okay. No, maybe it's loading from a silo then. That's what I'm going to go with. So strange. That's the only thing. Let's if I do this just real quick, if I wanted him to buy something from that load and deliver, if I wanted him to buy from the multi-fruit silo, which is also on our farm here, let's say we bought oats, would be fine. That's fine. That works. Yep, do that. Farmer's market, start job. Oh, loading station's empty. Of course, it's going to say it's a multi-fruit buying station. We'll go to the lime station then, and then bring it back to, I don't know, anywhere else. Everyone takes lime. That's kind of a pain then if you can't have it pick up stuff. So I think that feature needs to be worked on a little bit. I'll probably let Giants know about that. But in general, the AI workers, if you just load them up with something, they're loaded themselves, and then you have them go deliver it, you shouldn't have any problems. If you load it up yourself and then you have them go deliver it, just the looping, I think, is what's really throwing them off here and maybe getting stuff out of a silo. So that's what I got for you guys. That's my video on AI workers. Hopefully this was helpful. I know maybe a little disappointing for some of us, but I think it just needs a little bit of update. I mean, I'm still playing an early version of the game, so it could get, you know, patch day 1 could be fixed. So just be aware of that. If you guys enjoyed this video, though, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen. Join the Farmer Cop channel. Turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.